Hello, my name's Katrina Woolley and I am applying for the Masters in Drama and Movement Therapy. What is my understanding of the Sesame approach to drama and movement therapy? My understanding is that the Sesame approach was developed by Billy Lidvisk as a mode of therapy that uses physical movement and forms of expression that go beyond just talking. And these are used alongside an understanding of the psyche to engage a person as a whole and give space for them to explore stories and their imagination, which are things that Carl Jung believed were crucial to healing. The Sesame approach doesn't aim to treat a specific condition, as far as I understand, but rather to help people unearth their inner creativity and connect with themselves and with others in a way that can lead to self-actualization and remove blockages. From what I understand, there is an emphasis on the symbolic nature of the work that actually takes place within a session, rather than requiring a secondary process of interpretation. And my understanding is that the training in the approach itself is deep and very crucial to the practice of the Sesame approach. What are my reasons for applying for this programme? So my work has centred around mental health, theatre and the intersection between them for the past 8 years. Drama and movement therapy feels to me intuitively like a perfect next step for developing both my practical and theoretical understanding and the impact I'm able to make as a practitioner. Therapy has been a vital part of my own journey, and holding space for others to process their experiences has always been something I have both enjoyed and felt a very strong capability in both personal and professional contexts. I've also felt really lucky to experience the benefits of various more embodied practices like Buddhist spatial awareness practices and open floor dance. And I'd love to deepen and expand that understanding of movement and embodied practices and use that to benefit others. I have witnessed the mental health crisis firsthand from working at a young people's mental health charity for the past 5 years, as well as witnessing it within my disabled and queer communities that I'm part of, where people are currently having their support and their rights stripped away from them, and that's leading to serious ramifications for mental well-being. I believe that everyone deserves access to mental health support, and that expanding the forms that therapy takes so that it's more accessible and expansive is very crucial work. And it is work that I would love to be part of myself through working as a drama therapist. I have specifically applied for the course at Central because I feel the Sesame approach to drama therapy and also the modes of teaching that you have on the course really chime with my desire for something both academically rigorous but also very creative and embodied. And it feels like an opportunity to bring those parts of myself together. I also love that Central has such a deep history of teaching this approach. Also, because I have a background in working in the arts industry, I'm particularly interested in studying within the context of a drama school. What are my experiences of working with drama and or movement? So whilst living in Edinburgh doing my undergraduate degree, I ran a youth theatre for 3 years. I also directed multiple student productions, I acted in some, I did some performance art, and I started my exploration as well of mental health focused theatre projects by establishing my theatre company, Big Mind Theatre. Whilst in Edinburgh, I was also extensively involved in the Edinburgh Fringe, and I became eventually a venue programmer and a producer. And since then, I've done more arts producing work. I've run 2 editions of an online performance and wellbeing festival and produced theatre tours and community arts projects, specifically ones that emphasised shared identities and wellbeing. I have been able to learn about many different dramatic practices through working with practitioners of different forms, including things like theatre of the oppressed, storytelling, clowning, improv, and verbatim theatre, which I see as being quite therapeutic in nature. Although the facilitation practice that I've used in my arts and mental health work more recently has expanded further than the form of drama, it's still deeply rooted in my background as a drama practitioner. My experience of movement-based practices has come mainly through personal exploration of things like yoga, Buddhist spatial awareness practices, 5 rhythms dance, and those sorts of embodied practices. What questions do I have concerning the programme? So I don't feel like I have a lot of questions about the programme because the website is very detailed, and also given that Central is the home of the Sesame approach, I feel very able to trust the way that the course has been developed. One thing I am personally very interested in terms of the content is that it seems it would be crucial to me to acknowledge different experiences of marginalisation, especially when we're trying to understand intersubjectivity, which I believe is quite a significant part of the course. I'd love to know, do we have the opportunity on the course to explore ideas around intersectionality in relation to the work and also to the theory? Also, along similar lines, given the storytelling and mythopoetic focus, is there any emphasis on how these forms vary between cultures? And also, will we explore in any direct way how colonialism has played a huge part in suppressing the practices of storytelling and play that we're going to be working with on the course? So yeah, I'd love to know more about those aspects. Thank you so much.